Hello everyone, welcome to the final round of the first Goa International 2018. Today, I, Sagar Shah, am commentating on the games, but I'm not alone. I have a very special young guest with me, Leon Mendonca, who's one of the top players of India. And under 12, you are still under 12 or?
I'm under 12.
He's still under 12 and he is one of the finest players of Goa and he has come here to help me analyze the games today of the last round. Leon, why are you not playing in this tournament?
Because I was a little unwell and just before the tournament, so it would be like a little dangerous to play.
That's the reason why you decided not to play, and thanks to that we have a guest today now. Today is a very crucial round. We are going to get a champion in the A section. What's your feeling? You are there around, you are watching the games. Who do you think is winning or who has the better chances?
Karthik's position was very interesting actually.
Yeah.
Some calculation needs to be done there.
So we'll go to the positions in a bit, but first of all, what you can see on your screen is the board 1 encounter between Karthik Venkatraman, who is playing with the white pieces, against Idani Poya, who is a very strong Iranian GM. Well, let's try to see what's happening in their game, but I have a feeling that we may not be able to get the exact position that is on the board. The main reason being that there is a 30-minute delay in the live broadcast. So perhaps we can just have a look at the position that was there a few moves ago. And this was the position, but on your screen, this is Rahul VS versus Neverov. This is Karthik Venkatraman. And what do you think about this position, Leon? I have a feeling that black looks very comfortable.
White might try to break through with e4 actually, and then it will be very interesting because d4 might be hanging and there are a lot of possibilities there.
Yes, I think last move was rook f e1 and perhaps the best chance could have been to go knight g5 here. It's possible to play knight g5 and it can be a good move here.
Yes.
So this is the position, but as you can see on the screen, they have made many more moves, and this is what we can see on the board right now. Are you able to see what's happening in the position? Maybe what the position is?
I think Karthik is trying for some attack on Idani's king, but he's got some play on the queen side. Like a pawn on c3 is trying to queen or something.
He has a pawn on c3, but there's a pawn on b2 also.
Yeah, but after he captures, then a pawn will go.
So that's the idea. He's pushed his pawn to c3 to create a passer, either the a pawn or the c pawn. But where is white's other rook? There is one rook on g1. I think black has two rooks on the board. Rook e. He sacrificed a rook. It's outside the board. So he has two bishops. So is he a rook down?
But he has some queen at 7 threats.
Okay, this is very interesting and exciting position. It's too bad that we do not have exactly what's going on here. It would have been very interesting to see the possibilities in that position. But what about other boards over here? Let's cut to another board. He's given queen h7 check, king to f8.
Idani looks very calm. I think he's not calm.
Yeah, Idani looks really calm here. But Karthik just recaptured b into c3. He's a rook down. Doesn't really have any worries about his material deficit.
Or maybe he was just worried with queen, so for the time being he just wants to stop black's threat.
There is no pawn on f4, right? So okay, you can go rook f1 check, perhaps here.
No, there's a pawn on f7.
Ah, okay. So basically there is no attack for white.
Yeah.
I think black is just winning. Queen to h6. Yeah. He has to exchange the queen, and I think Karthik, from his face you can realize he may resign any moment. Well, how about going to board number 2? Maybe we can take the video on board number 2, what's happening. Leon, how do you feel? There we have the resignation. So that's Karthik has resigned the game, and meanwhile as we go to board number 2 here, the players are exchanging score sheets. It means that Idani is at least joined first now.
Maybe he's won first on Buchholz because he defeated a very strong player who's been on the top boards consistently.
Yeah, as far as I can see the final rankings after the previous round, Idani's Buchholz was 1 point less than Levon Babujian. So if Levon on board 2 can win this game, then maybe things will look up for the Armenian. So a lot of moves. Let's try to get the video of board number 2. Maybe we can, there we have it. Board number 2, and this one looks like a rook endgame with Sergei Kasparov has this habit of, getting up from his chair for every move and moving around. But is there a black pawn anywhere on the queen side?
No, I don't think so.
So it's a draw.
Yeah.
That's 2 pawns each. F and G for white and H and G for black. I think white may try a bit because his king is closer and black's king is a little far, but I guess
can't get through, right?
Yeah, after H5 it should be a draw.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we can move on to board number 3, that is the game between Vitaly Sivuk and Tersakyan Samuel. That's over, and as we can see from the screen, perhaps the players have I think it's a draw, perhaps.
I think black has won the game. Yeah, black won the game.
Black won the game. So Tersakyan Samuel has won against Sivuk Vitaly. So now actually it means that Idani Poya is the champion with one round, with half a point.
Yeah.
Okay, how about going to the next board? Perhaps we have board number 4. Rahul VS has already won against Sayantan Das, and there we have the champion actually joining us. Maybe we can have him here and I can ask a few questions to him. So we have Puya Idani in the studio with us. Idani, first of all, congratulations. You have scored 8.5 out of 10, and I think you are going to win this tournament by a margin of half a point because board 2 is going to draw. So you will be the champion. And how are you feeling?
Actually, I feel great because before this tournament, I wasn't even thinking about the result. I just wanted to come here and have a good game. And in last months, I didn't play really, I think, in my level. So I'm actually quite happy, and also I'm happy with the quality of my games because I think in overall I played really good chess.
Yes, as I said, when one Iranian comes to an Indian event, he usually wins it.
Yeah, true. Already Parham won once, and I think we will keep coming. But I think next time will be more than one Iranian. But let's see how it goes.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yesterday you had a completely winning position against Levon. Yeah, and what went wrong?
Okay, I was in time trouble actually, and at first, actually, in the opening, I got advantage, but I played some move really bad, and he got a very good advantage, like a stable advantage. But then, after when he played Rook C7, I think.
Okay, let's try to see if we can get the board of that game so that our viewers can see the game. Yeah, here. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so let's have a look at this game between you and Levon. You were white and.
I usually, I'm an e4 player, but time to time, I change, and I saw that it's not clear what Levon will play, so I decided to play knight f3. Usually he plays knight f6, g6, and I thought if d5, because he didn't have a lot of game in Catalan, so I thought it's good to try Catalan today. So knight f3, d5, d4, knight e6, c4, knight f6, g3, bishop e7, bishop g2, castle, and queen c2. Okay, this is I think 2 years ago it was fashion, but already it's not they don't play it a lot, because already they know how to equalize with c5. Or even I have a game with black against Kaminsky with I lost, but with c5 it's equalizing. But he played knight c6 over the board, and I knew I should be better with maybe cd5 or a3 even, for that matter. Because now if knight b4, just queen d1, and the structure is actually not so good. Black didn't achieve anything of this knight c6, knight b4. But somehow I played castle. I think it's also okay. And knight b4, black idea is to play if queen b3, dc4, queen c4, b6, and bishop a6 coming immediately with some initiative. So I played queen d1 because I thought after dc4, which was in the game, knight a3, c5, knight c4, I'm just better, and actually I'm true, but after b5 somehow my mind didn't work and I didn't calculate at all. I played knight a3 immediately, but knight f e5 is probably crushing, just because if rook b8, a3. Yes, so when I played yes, this is.
And if he takes here.
And a b4, c6 squares is mine, and okay.
It's game over.
It's game over, probably even, yeah. So I played knight a3, which was a bad move. And after knight a3, he played bishop a6, I think.
Second, and get the position board in. Yeah, so coming back to the position, you took instead of knight c5.
Knight f5.
Yeah, instead of knight f e5.
Which is probably big advantage. I played knight a3, which was a bad move. And already after knight a3, when I played knight a3, I saw if black plays a move queen b6, he's more than okay. It's a perfect Catalan for black. Next move, bishop goes to b7. Knight on b4 is very good. Knight on a3 is very bad. And I was very mad at myself actually. But when he played bishop a6, okay, engine doesn't approve. But the idea that he shows over the board was interesting. Bishop d2, c4. Now over the board I was calculating bishop b4, knight e5, rook c8, and knight c6, rook c6, bishop c6, and bishop a3, and b8, queen d6 with queen a3, and black has a very strong passive pawn on c4, and b4 is coming, and this was very scary position for me. But I mean, over the board it looked like engine says white is better, but I'm not going to pick white, so I didn't go to this line.
So this was his main plan.
Yeah, this was his main plan, yeah. And actually it's interesting because without engine, of course, it's easier to play with black in this position. So when I played knight c2, after knight c2, queen c2, black is just better. Okay, played rook c8, I think here. And I think here only move for white to continue is bishop g5, because black will push b4 c3, and with the knight he can always support this run. But bishop g5, h6, take f6, of course it's a still fantastic position for black, but white has to step by step improve his position. So I played rook d1, queen b6, e3, and here I think just to have to play rook f d8 and bishop b7 and a5, and already this position is very good for black. But he went with the wrong plan, rook c7, and I saw one interesting intermediate variation, like knight d2, how I played, rook f c8, knight e4, bishop e7, and now d5. Idea is if e d5, which was played, now knight c3. And actually now it's already much better position compared to before. It's almost equal, so white is in the game. And after bishop b7, I think it's important to over the board not to play knight d5, because after knight d5, bishop d5, it's hard for me to generate an attack, which is very important in opposite color bishop. But he can push b4 c3, and he has initiative. But I take with bishop, and then my knight goes to d5. And when my knight goes to d5, it's hard for him to push these pawns, and my knight will stay on d5. So as you can see, the game goes on, knight d5, rook b5.
Here you already started to feel you are having some chances.
Actually, okay, it's like I knew the position is still around equal, but I was happy that, okay, from that position I got this position. So I was just to keep trying to playing good moves. e4. Okay, c3, take b3. I was actually very happy to see that he sacrificed, because it's not clear how black can queen this pawn, and with pawn on b3 or b2, it's also easy for me to attack it. Rook b1, rook a8, rook queen f3, rook a2, and he missed knight b4. Knight b4, bishop b4, c b4, and rook b4 already mistake. He should, but already it's very difficult to play over the board. Engine says the only move is almost b2 first, but okay, it's difficult. So rook b4, now rook d8 check.
So
if rook b3, okay, it's gonna be like queen rook 4 against queen rook 3.
Yeah, which is
he has some good chances to make draw. It's not drawish. I don't think it's drawish. Of course, white can torture black for like 20-30 move and see how it goes. Okay, rook in game. If black knows this f7, g6, h5, it's a draw. So I calculated rook d8 check, king h7, queen f7, but it's impossible to calculate till the end. I calculate at first queen e4, and after queen e4, white wins with queen g8, king g6, rook d6, king h5. queen f7, king g6, and f3 check.
King g4, yeah.
King g4, yes, and f3 check. Yeah, and if take, rook g6 check. Yeah, but I also knew that, okay, he has moved rook b6 instead of queen e4, but already I felt that this position should be winning, so I entered it. After rook b6 here, I thought for 15 minutes how to win. Actually, it was not easy at all. Computer says queen g8, king g6, h4 was the move. But I mean, okay, when you see with engine, it's easy, but over the board it was also a scary position, so I didn't enter this position. I played queen f5 instead of queen g8, queen g6, queen d5. Now here he should have played queen e6. And I have nothing better than taking, and it will be 2 rook 3 against 2 rook 2 because my rook goes to b7. I have some small chances, so I wanted to just try that position. Probably with correct defense, it's draw.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but he played queen f6, queen f6, queen g8, king g8, g6, rook f8. Now again, instead of queen e7, queen e6 is again draw. I mean, not draw, it's rook 3. But after queen e7, rook f4, I think I had around 5 minutes, he had around 10 minutes here. I knew that my position is winning, so after queen d7, king g2, king g2 is just, I want to take b3, because he played queen d7 to stop that.
Also, I think rook d1 sometimes comes, yeah, without a check.
Maybe. Actually, my main idea is to play h3 or h4, h5. I saw h4, but I thought h3, h5, g4 wins. Actually, the sad thing was about yesterday is that I saw the winning plan and didn't play it. Yeah, because after king g2, now white wants to take b3, so rook a3, he played. Okay, it's practical. It's not like it's best move by engine. He doesn't want to give this pawn because 2 pawn down is over. I played h3.
Yes. Here, when I was looking at it, I was just thinking if rook d1 is possible, but perhaps
no. Because what happened? Okay, it's mate or
queen e8 check.
Queen e8. Yeah, this also is because very interesting.
I think you have to go back, perhaps.
And rook f8,
and
right?
Rook f8, and this should be mate, yeah.
Maybe.
I'm not sure because I didn't check with the engine.
No, I saw that some moment when I was calculating a long time, I saw this plan with queen goes to e8, rook goes to f8, but actually here I didn't think about rook d1. Maybe because queen e6 is also possible.
Yes. Queen e6 and I think it's not so clear.
Yeah, it's not because if king goes to h7, which happened also in the game, it's difficult, exactly in time trouble. So h3, h5. And here the sad part was that I saw g4 with idea queen goes to h8 and mate, but I didn't somehow I calculate, but this is not a calculating position. You see the plan and you go because black actually b3 pawn is scary, but black actually doesn't have a mating attack or something, and I have a mating attack, so I shouldn't have calculated. I should have just played g4 and tried to mate. But when I played...
So rook f5 would be very strong.
Yeah, rook f5 was also strong, but I didn't saw rook f5. What I saw was g4, which was already +4 or 5, which is good enough. Yeah, but when I played rook f3, I immediately saw that he have queen e6. And okay, already it's psychologically it's very difficult to see the win if there is a win. After queen d8, rook d6. Actually, over the board I didn't see, but when I was in the bus going back to the hotel, I was blaming myself and calculating. Here, queen h4 is also possible, and probably is winning.
Yes.
Yeah, queen h4 is also possible. But okay, after that, queen f8, rook, king goes to a7. Already this position, even if there is a win, I think over the board it's very difficult because white lost the big advantage.
And actually, psychologically, you are already very down at this point.
Yes, true. I was also down, and okay, the game went for a few moves. We got rook and queen 3 against queen 2, which is okay.
It was a very nice scene that the entire hall was empty and just the first board was playing.
Yes, true, yes.
Doesn't happen very often.
Yes, of course. Usually it's not like that. Yes, so I was very disappointed myself because now in the last round I would get black against my strong opponent. I cannot pronounce his...
Karthik.
Karthik, and my 11 would have got with white to play against Sergei Kasparov. But okay, I decided to take a rest and doesn't think about it. Actually, I just see my opponent games and didn't prepare a lot, maybe only 1 hour, 2 hours to just decide which move I should play against first move. Actually, d4 I didn't even prepare. I just thought I will play solidly because what I think about my opponent today, he likes to play with initiative and he's good in tactical vision. He can see tactics, but maybe calculation is not very good because usually even over the board I felt that he plays tactical move without deep calculation. And also, but main thing about his game, I think he has to improve his positional game. That's why when he played d4, actually I got very happy because I saw that it will be a solid game and positional game. So d4, knight f6, c4.
So, did you speak with your friends back in Iran because?
That's wrong. With Parham, you mean?
Yeah, because he had played with Karthik Venkatraman in the World Juniors.
Yes, true. I saw his game, but I talked with him. In Turkey about his games usually, and he said that his opponent, of course, at that game. Karthik actually got a positional advantage, but when I see that for many moves he didn't use his positional advantage, I understood that without tactical, if the position is not without calculation, he cannot play very well. So okay, against e4, maybe the sound move would be e5 based on what I said, but actually because I'm very good in Najdorf, I prepared Najdorf for today, but he decided to play d4, and after d4, okay, I played knight f6. I play many systems here, but I wanted to play solid. So knight f6, c4, e6, knight f3, and a6. Okay, a6 is going to transpose to Queen's Gambit with a6, which is actually fashionable. Carlsen played it a lot of time. And why not d5, knight c3, a6? Okay, the only idea is that if d5, you allow white to play Catalan. But with a6, if he goes g3, you have a b5 move. Which, okay, it's interesting position.
It's different from normal.
Yes, it's different from normal lines, yeah. And it's actually quite good to get this position for black if you want to play forward. So I played a6.
So you played, here a6.
a6, knight c3, d5. cd, ed, queen b3, which actually, I don't know why this move is now, it got more popular. I think the main reason is that black players usually doesn't play well. I discussed also this with Parham. I suggested him to play this system in Abu Dhabi, and he had some good results with it, so he keep continue. But after queen b3, even Fedosiev, I think in Abu Dhabi didn't play b5, which now two move only equalize, b5 or c5.
So c5 also equalizes.
c5 also equalizes. It's more direct, and you should memorize the position. So, but I didn't memorize it a lot, so I played b5.
b5 was, according to me, Parham versus Esipenko, yes?
Yes.
Esipenko Parham.
Yes, Esipenko Parham, yes. We worked on it before the tournament. In Abu Dhabi, I showed some of my analysis to him. But the only problem in that game was that Parham wasn't familiar a lot with the position in the middle game. That was went wrong. But also, I think because he was already champion, so he couldn't kept his motivation at high level. Bishop e6. Now I think e3 is not the best. Over the board, I played quickly knight d7. I think queen c2 you should play. Now I will explain why. Because after queen c2, c5, you have this c5. But when your queen on b3, you cannot take. That's the problem. And after e3, maybe the smart move for black is to go c5. If bishop f6, maybe gf6 even. I think I remember something in my analysis that this position is good, because when black pushes c4, he has a majority in the queen side, and it's not easy for white to use this double pawn on f. And okay, I think also black has two bishops, so it's quite comfortable position. But I played knight d7 immediately. I was a bit upset, but I told myself, okay, if he plays queen c2, it will transpose to normal line, and if not, next move you will play c5, which actually happened. He played bishop e2, and now c5.
And now there's no double pawns also.
There's no double pawn also, yeah, it's a better version. And here, okay, I knew that already my position is a slightly better. Castle, c4, queen c2. Now, why bishop d6 is a question, because if bishop e7, actually in this position white has only one plan to play. To play knight e5, f4. With bishop e7 I am allowing this. So with bishop d6, now if e4, d4, knight e4, bishop e7. Now d pawn is weak, all my pieces are in the good squares, and I'm sure it's better for black.
So if bishop f6 you take, and
maybe even with knight, why not?
Ah, yeah, sorry, with the knight.
Yeah, and you should probably take with knight on f6. This position I think is just better for black. So yeah, I think after e4 is better. So he decided to play knight d2, which actually is quite interesting. I knew I'm still better, but white wanted to push f4. So I think about 15 minutes to see my options. Maybe queen c7, f4, h6, bishop h4, g5, but it doesn't work actually, because after bishop g3 it's not clear how.
Queen c7?
f4, and h6, g5 does not work. Yeah.
Because there's
bishop g3, yeah, and okay, black didn't achieve anything special from weakening a structure. So, okay, then I started to see after castle, how f4 and knight b6 because he wanted to push f5, of course, to play, to catch the bishop. After knight b6, I thought the normal move would be knight f3, which after knight f3 I was prepared b4. And now if knight a4 I could take, and bishop, many moves I think here is possible. Maybe even queen e8, queen d7, bishop f5, all of this move, maybe queen d7 also. Because if I exchange queens, always I have a better position, because I already have a 3 against 2 in the queen side, and he doesn't have a good pawn structure. f4, e3, d4, if you cannot attack, is weak. So I was prepared for this, but he played f5, which actually I did not even calculate, because with f5 you no, not here, instead of knight f3. Yeah.
Yeah, he went directly f5.
Yes, which, okay, if bishop d7, okay, after bishop f3 you have some problem. I think he only saw bishop d7, but after bishop c8.
So bishop d7, what's that?
I think bishop f3 he wanted to try. And if bishop c6, e4. Something like this. But I don't think that even here black has problem, but I saw that bishop c8 is much easier to play. Because after bishop c8...
Was this easy to find, because going to the last rank with the bishop?
There is one idea with black, with rook comes to a7. So actually this is easy, because when rook comes to a7, maybe rook comes to d7, e8, then bishop goes to b7. So yes, I think it was not difficult to understand this position. You have just to think about where the pieces should be, and then you could easily see the moves. After bishop b3, after bishop f3, now bishop e7. Okay, tactics are finished, so already it's positional game. Rook e1, rook a7, a3. Now I don't like rook e8. I mean, after I played, I didn't like it. Because maybe it's correct, I don't know. But maybe I should play just rook d7, bishop comes to b7, and stop e4, and slowly improve my position. And I think black is just better. When I played rook e8 after a3, okay, it still should be better. I played h6. It's very typical in this type of position. After bishop h4, knight h7. Maybe it was not as good as it looks. But okay, I already played, and bishop f2. And now I played bishop. It was difficult how to say this?
Evaluate the position.
No, evaluate was okay, but which piece should go where? I mean, the bishop goes f6, or knight goes f6, or bishop goes to g5. Okay, best setup was bishop d6, knight f6, rook a e7, but it was not possible to get this, of course. So I played bishop f6. I tried to stop e4. And actually I missed his move, because a4 in some position before, when rook was on e1, was not possible. Because when rook was on e1, I could play b4, a5, bc3, a b6, cd2, and ba7 queen. But so, here is possible.
So for example, if you go say king h8, just for the sake of argument, b4 now is strong, because after a5
yes, you're just attacking e1. You get a piece.
Yeah.
But with rook on e2, it was not possible. So but that's what I said. He immediately played a4 without calculation, and I just took with ba4. Okay, the game changed here. I mean, the structure changed. So I think I have advantage, but I knew that I should be more careful now. So after ba4, he played a very interesting move, king h1. At first I was very surprised to see this move, because it looks that it doesn't have any idea, but actually the idea is, when I took e4, if white wants sometimes play e4, and when I took bishop d4, he can take and there is no check. So he played king h1, and already this is not as easy as it looks. White will push e4 anyway, so black has to prepare for this. So I played rook d7. Okay, one more force on d4, and it's better to take with rook than with queen, because e8 sometimes is not protected. Now rook f e1. I think here it's already a critical position. Now bishop b7, and it needed calculation to figure this out. Now if knight a4, always if white takes, it's just better for black. Black will take and play knight g5, and it's a very good position. Then rook d e7, and slowly, because f5 e3 is weak and c4 pawn is strong, so it's just better. So of course practically he has to play e4, and which he did instead of knight a4. Yes. Not knight a4, he played e4.
He played e4? Okay.
Yes. After e4, okay, d e4, black has to take, because otherwise e5. Now knight d e4, bishop d4. Okay, I was calculating some lines here, like all of them fortunately works for me. If bishop d4, for example, rook d4, knight c5, rook e2, I think knight e2. Yeah, I was calculating this. Rook d2, it doesn't work because of knight b7. So, but here bishop f3 works. Bishop f3, knight d4, rook queen d4, rook e8 check, knight f8, and c5 is hanging. So instead of, this was okay, instead of bishop d4, there was also knight c5 immediately. Instead of bishop d4. Yes, knight e4, knight c5, rook e2, queen e2. Now bishop f3 doesn't work because of queen e8 check.
And the d7.
Yeah, I mean all pieces are. I will lose exchange actually here. So the main point is to play here bishop f2 after queen e2. Bishop f2, queen e8 check, knight f8, knight d7, queen d7. Now because the rook is hanging, the difference between bishop f3 and bishop f2, the rook is hanging. So queen d7, knight b d7. And actually it will be a two-piece.
Yes.
Yeah. But he found a strong idea actually over the board, which I missed. I mean, I knew maybe he will play it, but I didn't pay much attention. So instead of knight c5, f6. Which, again, best practical. Now already the position is not his. Idea is if bishop f2, knight g5.
It's not easy to calculate all of this.
Yeah, I mean,
and also it's his kind of position now.
Now it's already. Now actually the word that I said, even I said it English to my mom. You are in his territory now. You should be careful. So I was thinking, okay, I should each move by move, even if it's difficult to calculate, I should find the only moves. I think I read it in Agar Jacob books in calculation, like elimination method. Like, okay, you see all the moves is losing, so you will play the only one that is not losing yet. So, okay, he wants to play knight g5, so I cannot play bishop f2, and I cannot play bishop f6 because bishop f6, knight f6 check, knight f6. Rook e8 and then bishop b6, and I'm losing a piece.
And e8 is hanging.
And e8 is hanging, yeah. So not knight f6 is also not possible. Okay, maybe, I mean, if there was one line beside what I played that black could, I think, sacrifice exchange. But this was not what I wanted. Bishop e4, knight e4, maybe rook e4, knight f6, bishop d4. Black has 3 pawns for exchange, but all the queenside pawns are weak. So I didn't like to play this, of course. No, not bishop e4. The main point is you have to take with knight, so you always have this knight g5 idea. Yeah, because if bishop e4, knight f6, just finish. Not here, sorry. Instead of bishop e4, because bishop e4, knight f6. If bishop e4, yeah. So bishop e4, knight e4, which happened in the game.
That happened in the game.
Yeah, bishop e4 happened in the game, yeah.
E2.
E2?
E2 on f6.
No. Knight f6 also losing. It's just losing here. And if rook e4, knight f6, rook d4, and still this is not a good position to play because a6, a4, c4 is not good. Maybe black can draw because too many pawns black has, and if he can just exchange b2, even with this 3 pawn, probably he has good chance for draw. But of course, I wanted to try to play for win, and I felt that my position is I can defend this position. So knight e4. Knight e4 is main, which he played. So g6. Now with the pawn on f5, okay, it was not possible to play. Now after g6, he doesn't have this knight g5 idea. f6 pawn is weak. If I catch f6, it's over. So he played queen c1. Again, he found a very... yes, he played queen c1. Moment, should I want to remember this. Yes, queen c1, knight g5. Yes, this is the game. Knight g5 again is only move because he wanted to take h6. Now, if knight g5, I just take e2, and okay, he cannot. If rook e2, maybe even bishop f2 is working. because rook d1 check is coming. So after rook f2, hg5, and he cannot take g5. So he found again a very nice idea.
So here
Bishop f2.
bishop f2 is winning, yeah. So
I think here because rook d1 check is coming.
so knight g5 he has to decide.
Yes, knight g5 he found again, I think, the best practical choice and the best way to complicate the position. Bishop h4. Knight e4. Bishop e4. Now idea is if queen h6, which happened in the game, bishop f6, queen h6. Now if bishop h4, bishop g6, and actually I'm losing. Actually I'm losing because I think I'm losing, even because at least it looked like a very bad position.
I mean, in such a position, it looks like already quite dangerous last round and everything.
The pressure, but the good thing was that I was managing my time, which actually was Parham advice in when we finished Olympiad. He said he one of his biggest success, because how he plays, is that he manages his time very carefully. And actually in this tournament I listened to him, and actually it worked well for me. So I had enough time to calculate these moves. So bishop e4, bishop f6.
This happened in the game.
This happened in the game. Queen h6. Now I think again only move. Rook f8.
Oh, it's not easy.
Yeah. Okay. He won.
Only move, yeah.
I think only move, because it's okay. You can look at it as a prophylactic move. Like he wanted bishop g6, so rook f8. But of course you have to calculate rook f8. If not bishop g6, then I knew I'm winning. So I have to calculate now bishop g6. Idea is fg6, rook e8. It was the only move that can cause a slight problem. First, I couldn't figure it out because rook e8, I wanted to play queen e8 at first. Rook e8, rook d1 check. Now, because if rook e1, I'm winning. Rook e1 and bishop g7. And a fun square. But the problem was that not rook e1, but he could play bishop e1.
Okay.
Yeah, bishop e1. If rook e8, queen g6, and it's actually draw I think. King f8, queen f6. Okay, I should be careful even with checks on maybe he can catch d1 or no. I stopped calculating here because okay, this is not a position that I should go. And I was checking. Okay, when I wanted to play rook f8, I had to calculate this move. So I saw bishop g6, fg6, rook e8. Then I saw I can just take with rook. Still, it looks dangerous, but okay. Rook e8, rook e8, queen g6, and now king f8. No, because if rook e8, just queen e8. Yeah. And now king f8. And probably he cannot attack anymore because he already
queen h6.
Queen h6, bishop g7. If queen f4, king g8. He cannot take d8 because rook on e1 is hanging. Yeah, and I think this is already
fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Black somehow his pieces was all ready to defense. I had to find it, but actually I'm glad the way I defended this position. Yes. So when he saw, probably he also saw bishop g6 is not working, so he played g3. G3, yeah, because of course it's understandable that after bishop h4 he won gh4 and h5. And okay, maybe it's defendable and even winning, but some ideas over the board and it can still be dangerous. So I started to thinking. I also should say, instead of rook f8, the problem was bishop g7, because there is always bishop g7 in this when bishop on e4.
Before this position.
Yeah, instead of rook f8, yeah, this position.
Yeah, I saw, but then b6 is hanging.
Yeah, b6 is hanging. Yes, that's the problem. So when you play rook f8, yeah, this is not working because b6 is hanging. Yeah. But you should always remember that you have this bishop g7 defensive, because when you can play, it's all attacks is over. So when I played rook f8 g3, okay, I didn't want to take h4, and I thought, okay, how can I improve my position? So bishop g7 is not working, and knight on b6 is out of play. So I started to calculate knight d5. After knight d5, okay, I calculated if bishop g6 doesn't work at all, because knight comes actually to defense f6 bishop. So I just knew this won't work. And if bishop d5, rook d5, yeah, knight d5 I played, or you can also promote it. Bishop d5, rook d5, bishop f6, queen f6, rook e8. Black can just go, I think, queen g7 or even queen d6. And 2 pawn up in rook game, even though it's not healthy pawn, it should be winning. So I saw he doesn't have bishop d5, so I immediately played knight d5.
And he didn't take.
No, he didn't take, of course. He played rook g1. Okay, it was under, rook g1 or rook f1. Of course, he wanted me to take on h4 and try to something. So I started to calculate here. I saw
bishop g7.
Now bishop g7 is working, but I think I saw a better move. I thought to myself, okay, his pieces looks good, but he doesn't have any threat at all now. So I said, why I cannot make my own threats? I played c3.
Wow.
So with c3, now if bc3, knight c3, and if bishop d5, just rook d5. Rook coming to h5. If bishop d5, rook d5, bc3, rook h5. I think it's fantastic position. Okay, it's probably winning. Yeah, because he doesn't have bishop f6 because of queen d5 check, so it's just over. So after c3, I also calculate what he played, because already in the game I got very familiar with his style and I could predict his moves. So he played rook f2. Now queen b6. Okay, he wanted rook f2 because he was taking d5. Now with queen b6, I'm attacking f2. Bishop f6 does not work because of knight f6. True. Bishop f6, knight f6, he doesn't have any attack. If bishop d5, queen f2, queen g6, bishop g7. And it's just over. So, okay, I felt that maybe he would play what he played in the game, rook f5, but I knew it's just a bluff. Yeah, it's not bishop d5, rook g1. Rook g1, I think you entered it already. Yeah. Rook g1, c3.
c3.
Yeah. Rook f2.
He played rook f2.
Yes, queen b6. And okay, he played here rook f5.
You anticipated this one?
Yes, because I saw he wanted rook h5, some idea. But now comes the defensive move that we talked about, bishop g7. When we can play bishop g7, already it's over.
It's like an anticlimax. Now it's all over.
Yeah, now it's all over. Yeah. So after he played queen g5, just to play on, I took queen take. Queen.
You know, when we were commentating on this game, there was a 30-minute delay, and so we could only see the video. And so we were trying to see where the rook is for white, and we couldn't find. And then Leon showed us that there is a rook outside the board, and so you are a rook out.
Yeah, queen g6. Okay, without this move it was not possible. Queen f3. Queen c6. Queen f5 and just rook e8. Queen h7 check, king f8. bc3, of course here rook e4, knight b4 is possible, but I played queen h6. If queen f5, queen e6, so he just resigned. It's a full rook down.
What a fantastic game. Actually, what I was very impressed in this game is your calculation and the way you calculated all these minute details. How do you calculate so well? And we have a lot of listeners here who are watching this. If they want to become better at calculation, what do you suggest?
Okay, I think every day you should work on tactics, studies. I try to work at least 2 hours per day. It was Gelfon's suggestion, as I heard. And okay, I worked with a lot of books. Like I already said, I worked with a lot of Agar Jakub books. Practical Chess Defense, for example, I liked it a lot. Especially, it can improve your level of defense. And of course, his good book, GM Preparation Calculation, is very good book. It's maybe a little bit high level, but it's fantastic book to work on. And of course, many other books. Perfect Your Chess, I mean, is also very good. Many good books are out there, so you can just try to work on them. The material is out there, but you have to work. If you do not work, of course, you cannot succeed.
And by working, what do you mean? Do you set up the position on the board, or you just read it from the book?
No, I set up the position on the board. And usually I try to give myself a time. Like for example, at first you don't know how much you have to give time to yourself. So I see this position, how much it will take for me to solve. Next time I will try to do it correct and fast. So I will try to improve the speed of my calculation. Like this. Okay, I think, and in 2 hours, okay, I try to calculate both from normal game like human games and also studies, because studies is very good also because it can sometimes calculation are very tough and it's good to solve them, and also imagination is hard in there, so you can improve those factors there.
So what material for studies you used? Some database or some book?
I have a lot of database in, and also I have a book from Kasparian 8088 I think miniature studies. Yeah, something.
Not the 2545.
I had that one in the database. Yeah, this one I have it in book. So usually I take it with myself, and even in the tournaments. And sometimes it's good before 1 hour before the game. Okay, I do usually 2 things. Okay, this tournament I didn't, but usually I do it. Like,
so this is 1 hour before the game.
1 hour before the game, you want to warm up your brain. So what you do, you can go to play chess and solve tactics one time, 2 time. Like okay, it takes each time 5 minutes. So there are a lot of tactics, some difficult, some of them easy. So it just you warm up your brain, or you can just give yourself one study 1 hour before the game, try to solve it, and that's it. So already your mind is going to work in the game. Because sometimes when I didn't do this, for example, you saw my game against Levon, maybe if I have done that, I would have seen the tactics early in the game. But I didn't, so my mind was not working as it should be, so I didn't so.
A lot of people say that they get tired if they do that before the game.
No, don't. I mean, only one study. That's enough. Or maybe, and playtest tactics are very easy, so it's not gonna get you won't be tired. I mean, when you solve them.
Okay. So easy problems and just to warm your brain up, so that if there are some tactics in the openings, you don't miss it.
Yeah, and already it's very good that your mind is fresh and ready for the game from the start move. Even though if you play your preparation, it helps you to get familiar with the structure, your mind is sharp, so everything works out well. I mean, okay, for top players, they also, I don't suggest this one for the lower rated. Top players sometimes play one-on-one, 1 minute, 1 hour before the game. 3-4 games, okay, it's fast games, so they have to calculate and warm up. But for I think till 23, 24, it's best to keep play chess or one study is enough.
I understand, because if lower rated players play 1-1, then in the game they'll start playing fast. But top players can play fast in the bullets, but in the normal game they can slow down.
Yes, they can manage it. Yeah, that's correct, yes.
Great. And one thing we realized is that you or any of the other Iranian players, whether it's Parham or Amin or Ali Reza, anyone who I've spoken to, they love chess very much. They talk about, like, right now you have won the game, you have not had your lunch yet, you could have enjoyed it, but you are here analyzing your previous round game, this game, and telling some advice to the people. How is it that you guys love chess so much?
Okay, I think for everyone is a different story. For me, it's like when I was a child and I learned it, I got very good at it. Like, you know, when you are a child, you want to prove yourself that in one field you're better than the others. And somehow chess give me very good confidence in that area. So I started to play chess and I was better than it in my family. And then I started to play chess, and we saw that I have talent. So I started to play, and I actually very loved. I love chess a lot. And okay, I'm studying in university, and it's hard to manage. But actually, my priority is chess. Yeah, and I try to work between 8 till 10 hours when I'm free. But if I have university, I try to work minimum 6 hours per day. And that is the way that you should improve. Yeah, as for me, okay, in the last 3 years I was busy with university, so it's hard for me to play in tournaments. I work and I know that I improved my level, but I didn't improve my rating, because to improve your rating, you should always play in tournaments, also for lower rated. You should work and also play in tournaments, because playing the game and analyzing it, you will learn much more than reading one book. It's very important to play and analyze your game, because each time you will face a mistake that you're making, and you can stop this mistake when you realize it. For example, for me, this tournament, I understood that, okay, I should try to speed the level of my calculation still, and probably for me, I think I should work on my critical moments in the game. Okay, this game I think I played good, but for example, this is what I realized in tournament, and I will try to get it better. But without playing and just working, you will never realize this stuff. So that's, for me, was difficult these 3 years, because I didn't play much, but I'm trying to play more now.
So, and what are you studying in the university?
Medicine.
Medicine. So you will become a doctor?
Like pharmacist. Yeah, but it's very tough to manage both. So yeah.
How are you doing it?
Okay, no explanation.
I mean, you're clearly doing really well in chess. So right now the focus is more on chess, yes?
Yes, but how to say this? I'm not satisfied with the level of my chess, because I think I can go more. And when I became world champion under 18, I knew that I can go more. But when I started university, it became really tough for me. Like in 2015, it was a good year of me, because in 6 months, from 2,490, I became 2570. And I also qualified for World Cup, and I won Asian Zonal. It was a very good year. But somehow I became involved with university, and it got not good for my chess. But okay, now I am managing university somehow to go to more tournaments. After here, I will play in Chigurin Memorial, and I hope to keep playing well and even better, and stop my mistakes there.
Sure. And was this your first time to India?
No, I played, I think, in World Under 20 Junior in Pune. I also played in 2009 again Asian, and once when I was under 10, I didn't have rating. I also played in Asia. It was also in India.
Okay. But first time in Goa, yes?
First time in Goa, yes.
How did you like the city and also the tournament?
The tournament was very good. The only tough thing was that all round was in the morning, and there were double rounds. Like usually when 2 double rounds in 10 rounds, it's okay. But when it combined with morning rounds, okay, from round 1 to 4 it was in a row. Then round 5 it was one day. Also, round 6 was in one day, but round 6, 7, 8, no, round 6 I think also was not in one. 6, 7, 8 also in a row. And 6, 7, and 8 already it's very difficult games, and you need to keep your energy at high, and it's difficult. I was really tired in the round 7. I even fell asleep in the bus. Yes, when I was coming to playing hall. But okay, actually I'm very happy with my performance because I kept my energy in a good level and I played decent games. Even when I got bad position, I think only 1 or 2 rounds I got it. I started to take my chances and play and create problems for my opponent. So I'm very happy with the performance. It could be better, of course, because I was winning in 2 games, like against Sivok Vitali in round 6. It was I was winning, through the whole game, but it ended in draw, and also against Levon. But okay, it happened already, and unfortunately I won the tournament. So I will try to keep a close eye in these games and see what is my problems.
But you like the overall playing hall and accommodation?
Fantastic, actually. Playing hall was fantastic. Conditions were very good. And the only problem was that I wanted to go to the city, but I didn't because I was preparing. But when in the bus I was going, I could see the city. It was nice. It was very beautiful. It's very beautiful. And maybe today, if I have time after a closing ceremony, I will go. Yeah.
You know that Goa is known as the party capital of India.
Yes, yes. And many of my Indian friends, actually, when they heard me that I'm going to Goa, he said it's very nice that you choose this open tournament because you will have some time to go out and it's a nice city.
And you won the first prize, if I'm not wrong, it's around 300,000 rupees. Right now the Iranian currency, or you can say the economy, has fallen drastically. So how much does this first prize mean to you?
Actually, it means a lot because it's not easy for me to spend on chess because our currency is very bad. So all we can do, me, Parham, Alireza, Amin, is to win prize and spend this money on coach maybe or something. Actually, the problem with currency is that for federation it's hard to get us a coach. When we go to the tournament, they will get, but in the normal it's difficult for them. They manage, but not as it should be because of the currency now. And all of us doesn't have a coach now. Me, Parham, Alireza, Amin. So we try to work with each other, some ideas. Sometimes we get together, four of us, and discuss positions, work together on calculation, something like this. So winning prizes is very important for us because now, for example, with this, I think it's around $4,000 or something like this. So it's, if I wanted to go to let's say a strong open tournament which I cannot get condition, I can go, maybe I can get a good coach for like 2 weeks and spend $3,000 and try to improve. Yes, but without this money that we doesn't get, if we don't get the money, it's hard to get a coach or something like this. Yeah.
Well, Puya, thank you so much for your time. You spoke to us with your heart and you gave us a lot of time, and we congratulate you for this wonderful victory.
Thank you very much. I'm also very happy. I wish everyone good luck and success in chess.
And do come back to India.
I will try my best because, of course, when you have a good success in one country, you will always come back. Yes. So I will. Unless